We're rolling.
Hi.
Because we're, like, before his specialty, we're the same.
Yeah, no,
But on the one, because there's a $2 difference between the two ones, I just wasn't sure where it was at.
well, and here, I can explain it. So you did the adjustment before doing the $2.
On this
on this one.
spreadsheet, I believe so.
But
that.
then you added the retention bonuses and the
Yeah.
bonuses,
Yeah.
so ultimately the numbers on this one are higher than the numbers on this one,
Right.
but it's,
Right. That's like at the end of the day.
Killing me.
That's after I had done this, I realized that I was so mad. I was like, oh my gosh. So what? How would you? What's the best way to do the spreadsheet?
Is this one right, the other one?
this one's right, but doesn't have the MOU in it.
Yeah, none of them are completely right. So why don't I start over?
Well, what, can you just tell me to add something to this?
No,
and
let
I
me
did?
just start over.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
do a absolute correct one that way, cause I wanna make sure whatever spreadsheet I give you matches the personal action forms, and they can look at their check and say, yes, that's what,
Okay.
but now realize that's gonna have the incentive pays the blended overtime in there too, which was confusing you guys, which was why, Casey, like you were saying, yours was lower than somebody's that has some incentive pays. Do you understand what I'm saying, Brian?
Well, like,
But
I
that's
know-
gonna
I
confuse
know-
a lot of people
I
too.
know Justin was saying too, because like his base
Yes.
is not that's not actually his base, you're including like his specialty pay.
Right.
He doesn't, like, when you figure that up, he doesn't want that in there, because what if
Okay.
he gets off, what if you get off?
Okay, fair enough, so I will take those out, but
Right,
just,
right, just your regular base.
but realize, I'm on camera here, but realize when you guys get your first paychecks in
Without-
October, it's gonna be a little
Yeah,
off.
without the specialty pay for people.
Right.
So they can see the actual,
Right,
okay.
so I'll do a spreadsheet on that, but I'll put a little disclaimer on the bottom
Okay.
saying this does not include your specialty pays.
Perfect,
And
Okay.
it'd probably be easier to understand if you did year 1, 2, and 3.
I mean, that's,
Just
Kind of
like
like you did, yeah, like you did there.
so
No, you're good.
so this is good, I just need to make sure the numbers are right and it includes everything, the way we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Without the incentive pay.
without sense, yeah, got it.
Speaking of incentive pay, Brian,
And then what we wanted to do, if you guys are open to it for the MOUs, the first year, add a $25 a pay period for the DRE. That's, I think, was about $700, that would keep you under the 25,000. The second year, do $10 a pay period for specialty pay, which should be about $2,800. And then another $25 a pay period for DRE. I think $50 a pay period is right for DRE for the additional responsibilities and what they bring the city. They're the most important officer you guys have when it comes to DUIs.
Okay, I'm sorry, wait a minute, so year one, you wanna add a specialty pay category for DRE for 25?
Correct.
And then add $10, so it'd be 35
So-
year two?
So then so year 2, DRE will be its own specialty.
Right,
unit.
got it, it'd
won't
be 25, a pay.
25. Year 2, that'll go up to $50 a pay period for DRE. So that's another $700 in the pot. Add a $10 a pay period for all other general specialty, not including DRE, which will cost about $28.60. And this is all rough math. Then year 3, add another $15 a pay period for specialty. So over the 3 years, you're adding $25 a pay period for specialty and $50 a pay period for DRE. And that'll cost you about an additional $4,290. So that'll keep you under the 25,000 every year.
And it'll get you some
And we think it'll get some votes with,
So that math sound right, Jason?
The 2860 is a little off, but,
it was
Not enough of it.
rough in it.
yeah, very rough.
How soon can we get a vote if I get that passed?
I'd say we could do a vote when,
They are gonna set something up with Megan in my office for myself and Greg to go explain everything to them, talk them through this and explain how we've gotten here and the negotiation process as it is and what it's become. And then they will vote on it, so, yeah.
and just staying
We can get
within,
it done as quickly as possible.
and just staying within Florida Administrative Code, the only thing we have to do is provide them a full, the full contract with for everybody to review. And it doesn't give a specified time period, so I think maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. We could send that out, if we let Gaffney send it out or Brian send it
But,
out.
yeah, we
with the
could-
updated contract for everybody that's on the bargaining unit to see. That gives everybody, and if it's done on work email, if we can get permission to do that, then nobody can say, oh, it went to junk mail. Then they can all review it, they have 4 or 5 days, and then we can schedule a vote during shift change for both, for 2 days.
Yeah, but for just the pay, we'll get that done even quicker. Because we'll have a meeting on just that, get an unofficial vote, and then get the whole contract voted on.
And just an FYI, I would like the DRE to maintain that as a contract item, only because anything that's grant funded, I mean, that shouldn't be the only incentive the city has to give me anything for it, you know what I mean? I'm still obligated to respond anytime I get called out. I can actually get my certification revoked if I choose not to. It's not just a matter of getting grant funding, it's,
And if you,
I have obligations.
and it's one of the hardest classes in law enforcement, because, you know, you're considered an expert in front of the court, so.
And as a criminal defense attorney, DRE is the most important position you have. Because when it comes to DUIs, if they blow 000s and don't have drugs on them, you cannot get a UA unless you have a DRE present and to testify.
And then met with somebody else if they can pass the class, because it's not an easy class to pass, maybe you get more than one DRE. So that's just kind of the thought process.
I'm wondering if I could, go try to find less so that you guys, because we need an answer right now.
Okay.
Like, I want an answer right now.
I think we're good with that too.
That's fine.
Let me go see if he's still in that meeting.
Do you guys want to get started on setting up a meeting so that we can review that?
That would be perfect.
And actually,
What days? Because we're gonna have